Howe-two software has a number of resources for teachers. You can locate them by looking for the words Teacher Resources down here on the main page of howto.com. There are lots of handouts and things that you might want to browse. By far the most powerful tool available to teachers are these HTML generators and Quizmakers. You can make portfolios and presentation generators that run in HTML. My daughter had the idea that she could write a web page that would create a web page, which I thought was quite innovative. And I have used it, and I've had my students use it to make projects for the Maticat project, and some of my colleagues have used it as well. Over here we have a number of Quizmakers. The easiest one to understand is the matching one. So let me show you how it works. I'm going to choose that I want to make a quiz using matching. And up comes the form here, and there are directions, detailed directions on how to use this, as there are for all of the Quizmaker things. In a little bit of time you should be able to learn how to access them. She made it easy to do some work in advance by putting your questions and your detractors in Excel as described in the instructions. And right here I have Excel, and I have put some matching options for a geometry class, say. And I could copy this file. Now watch, I'm going to paste this into this section. Copy. Paste. Now, what's happened is, even though you can't see the hidden characters, the characters are there, and I've got figures that are in the same plane, and the answer is here. Now we can change the name on the quiz, and I could say definitions, which this is. And right now, when I push a button, this web page will write a web page. You can get the code for that web page by clicking here, and you can see this is an HTML document, and we could save this. Just copy this. See, there are my questions in that array for you math people. The power of a matrix. We copy this, and we can take as simple an editor as Notepad, which comes with your machines, and paste it. And here you have a web page, so you could say File, Save As, and put it wherever you want to. Looks like it's, but I have to change the extension here to all files and say vocab.html. And then I will have a web page that will have a quiz. But we could also just right now look at and let's preview the quiz. And look, this is what, if I open that file that I just saved, this is what it would look like. It's jumbled, different every time that it's accessed, and we've got a matching quiz. Two segments with the same length are congruent. Watch how the quiz works. You too could make such a quiz in that short amount of time. Points that lie on the same line are collinear. Set of all points is called space. Something whose measure is less than 90 degrees is an acute angle. Two angles whose measure total 90 are complementary. Figures that lie in the same plane are coplanar. I'm sorry to go so fast. Something is a ray that divides as an angle bisector. Something is the part of a line consisting of two endpoints. That'd be a segment. Two angles whose measure total 180 are supplementary. Something are coplanar lines that do not intersect. Those would be parallel lines. Non-coplanar lines that do not intersect are called skew lines. Something is an angle whose measure is between 90 and 180, obtuse. An angle measures 90. Something is an axiom. And see, the grade is here. I could push print, and the quiz with the student's name in here. If I put his name, John Doe, and print this, you could print it. You could say do this quiz as many times as you like, print it, and bring it to me tomorrow, or you could have them print the screenshot of this and email it to you. And this costs absolutely nothing except for the little bit of time it takes for you to create the page. Now, if you look back, you can see you could make Quizmaker with your detractors for multiple choice. You could even put images in if you wanted to take the time to put in images. Fill in the blank, but then they have to spell correctly. And fill in the blank. The instructions are down here for each type. I've mostly used the matching ones with my students and have had them use that. Now, if you want to see the sort of thing that could be made, one of my colleagues decided he was going to help students get ready for the ACT. And so he said to help with the English part, he would help with the vocabulary. And he used Quizmakers to give the students practice. And I have listed them on this website, on our website. If you look at math links and go down to the bottom where it says Teacher Resources, if your students need some help with their SAT, it put vocabulary practice. And this is my colleague who used the Quizmakers that my daughter made in order to create multiple choice and matching quizzes, so individual lessons or multiple lessons. And so like words that begin with a particular letter, like words that, and you can see he made multiple choice or matching. You're welcome to make tools for your students to study and practice. If you want to make your own software, you could use the Howe-two Quizmakers.